Okay, my name is Joey Marsh. I own the hold the restoration services seat here in this chapter, and I own the ServiceMaster franchise. We do a lot of services. I know I push floors a lot. I'm going to go through just a little bit of background, kind of the services we provide, some pictures from some jobs, and then some good potential referrals for me. So I moved here from California in 1993. It was only supposed to be for a couple of years. I just hit 24 years, actually this month. So it was supposed to be 3 years, 5 years tops, but you buy a house, you get married, you have a kid, you buy another house, and then you buy a business, and then it's 23 years later. So I was with ServiceMaster. I worked for the corporate office for almost 14 years in different capacities. I did different things. So I actually supported franchise owners. So now I am a franchise owner, so it's the complete opposite. And I remember when I worked there, we joke about how the franchise owners just did nothing but complain. That was kind of a running joke, and now that I am a franchise owner, I get it. So I know. Bought the business in, it was November 1st, 2011 is when we started business, so it's almost 6 years. It was an existing business. The previous owner had it for about 20 years, 23 years, something like that. He kept it small, ran it out of his house. He was getting older, technology was passing him by. He didn't want the headache, and so I bought it. Didn't know how much work it was going to be, but I did. So some of the services we provide, one of the things that we do, it's water fire mitigation. A lot of people don't even know what that is. Mitigation, if you look it up, I just looked it up before I came up here, it means to make less severe. So the idea is if you have a water damage of some sort, a hot water heater breaks, toilet supply line breaks, and floods part of your house, we come in and dry it out. And the whole point of that is to hopefully prevent mold, mildew, further damage to flooring, walls, etc. Contents as well. So that's why you'd want to call someone like us. So we do the water damage cleanup and drying out. We do fire damage cleanup. I'll get to some of those pictures, show you what we do there. Pack outs, that's when we have to pack out people's contents. They have a fire, all their contents have to be packed out. We take them to my shop, clean them there, store them there. When their house is put back together, we move all their stuff back. In fact, I got to move someone back this week in Covington, but it's a pain. You're dealing with their contents. They're usually out of their houses for a couple of months, and when you bring their stuff back, they forget what their stuff looks like. They think their stuff is pristine. They don't realize that there's scratches and stuff on there. I try to take pictures of everything. I don't get everything, but we get blamed for everything. Blame ServiceMaster for that scratch. Adam, I guess, knows. But I do try to take pictures of everything so I can say, no, this was already there, and it has helped me a lot. One mattress, it was a mattress that was stained. The lady swore we had done something to it. Said, "Man, this is how it was." I showed her a picture of it. She turns to her husband, "What did you do to this mattress?" We do mold remediation, floor care, which is what I've been pushing a lot lately, and that's residential and commercial, carpet, tile, concrete. We can clean concrete, VCT, which is in a lot of commercial businesses. We can strip and refinish the VCT. It looks great. Odor abatement, that's something I really haven't talked about. That's big with real estate agents. They're trying to sell a house, previous tenant or owner smoked cigarettes, and so the house smells like cigarettes. They can't sell it. Every time they try to show us, someone walks in, the first thing they do is smell cigarettes and they walk away. We can help get rid of that odor. The construction, we're doing some of that now. We're trying to get more into that. So when we go into a house, tear out flooring, drywall, etc., someone's got to put it back. Well, usually, they call a contractor now. I've been doing some more of that, and I'll show you some of that stuff that we've been doing. Just general house cleaning. I get a lot of calls for house cleaning. Again, people don't really know. They see ServiceMaster Clean. They're not sure what we do. They think we're a maid service. I was getting so many calls on that, I decided, I got the cleaning ladies, Michelle, that Bruce uses, and I make just by answering the phone, making a couple calls, I make a few bucks. She makes the majority of money because she's doing the work, but then I make some money too just for answering the phone. So I get a lot of that. And then biohazard cleanup as well. Don't do a lot of that, thankfully, but we have done that. We're actually working on one right now.
What is that?
Crime scene.
Crime scene or someone dies. The ones we run into, it's they've died and no one has found them for a week or so, and so there's a mess to clean up.
What about asbestos?
We don't do that, yeah. You gotta have, some certifications to do that, and I don't even wanna touch that, so. So here's some pictures. I don't know if you can see. This is actually from Thursday, when it rained Thursday. That's carpet. They had water, just about an inch of water all over their office. And it was from Thursday when it rained like 12 hours straight, and their flower beds got all backed up, all the water drained into their office. And this is actually the second time this place has happened. But this was a lot worse. So I just grabbed some pictures. This is, again, from Thursday night. The guy gave me a call about 6:45. We were there an hour later. The next day, you can even tell there was water everywhere in the place. And that's why insurance companies want you to get there quickly, even before an adjuster sees or anything. They want you in there, because the quicker we can get in there, the less damage is going to happen. And the next day, this carpet was practically dry. You couldn't even tell they had water in there. But I listed some of the, these are the main sources of water. Water heaters are number one, and they're always up in the attic for some reason. Bruce,
it's the best place for them.
But, so imagine a two-story house, it's in the attic, it comes down 2 floors, and you got a mess to clean up. And so, hot water heaters, I think, are number one. Toilet supply lines are number two. That's the connection to the tank, and those will break. And even though those pipes are not that big, a lot of water comes out. And I've seen entire houses flooded just from that line. And usually they're gone, they're on vacation or something like that. And it's just, they walk in, there's water literally flowing out their front door.
We flooded a 4-story condo building one time.
One of those?
Our contractor did.
Oh.
Joey, you have
Because of that little line.
Yeah. 3 minutes. Oh. Plumbing leaks, AC units, the drain lines a lot of times back up and leak. We do a lot of those, especially in summertime when people start turning on the air. Roof leaks are big with rain. And then groundwater, which is rain. This is groundwater. And groundwater, for those who don't know, it's usually not covered by insurance. It's all self-pay, unless you have flood insurance. These are just some pictures of some water damages I just grabbed. This was from the storm earlier this year. About 8 units affected. You can see this is what we walk into. Usually ceilings are collapsed, and there's just a huge mess. Some fire damage. I wanted to show, this is one right now. In fact, you may be able to buy this one, Mike. It's in Fraser. But we're going to be doing all the repair work here. It's a crappy house, trust me. It's a bad house in a bad neighborhood, but it needs to be repaired. They have insurance, so we're actually going to fix this one. This one I wanted to show because this was a fire that was actually in the garage, but that was in the house. The fire was in the garage, door was closed, there was so much smoke and soot went into the house, the entire house was covered with that. And so usually in fires, there's not usually a lot of damage. It's usually a cooking fire, usually bacon is involved. They're making bacon, grease gets hot, they forget about it, and a little bit of charring will happen. Cabinets or the drywall behind the stove. Not much damage, but there's smoke throughout the house. We love that because everything's got to be clean. I get paid for cleaning the structure, I get paid for cleaning the contents, and anything else if we end up doing any painting or anything like that. Some more fire damage. This was from Bacon right here. Walked away, and for a few minutes someone came to the door, walked away, and just here's some mold. This was a frat house at Rhodes College. This is their basement in there. This stuff, this fuzzy stuff here, is actually mold growing off of their bar. They had a bar down there, and that over there is not cotton candy. That's actually mold all over this house. This house was infested with mold. The smell was overwhelming. Funny thing about that job is I got paid before we did any work. It's the only job I've ever been paid before doing the work. Contractor who gave me that job, it took him over a year to get paid. He's the one who handed me the job. I got paid before the work. He didn't get paid for a year. But that house was bad. That was real bad. And then just miscellaneous. We've done some hoarder houses. This was a hoarder house that we had to clean up here. Lovely kitchen area. That's a biohazard up there. That's not a dead body in there. That's where the body fell forward. And she was there for about 5-6 days before anyone found her. So we had to clean up that mess, tear out the carpet.
Could just told us.
This was, we did a power wash, we pressure washed the outside of the Holiday Inn Express in Millington. Funny thing about that is I went to all the hotels in the Millington area, handed out my card. 2 days later, I got a call from a guy from that hotel. I'm like, wow, this marketing really works. You go, drop off your card, 2 days later, you get a call. He says, do you do pressure washing? I said, yeah, we can do that. We've never done that. So I said, yeah, we can do that. And I'm thinking he wants his sidewalks cleaned off. I go there, he goes, no, I want the whole hotel done. I was like, okay, I've never done it, didn't know how to price it, didn't know how to do it, but I figured it out, made some calls and figured it out. Was that my time?
Yeah, actually it was.
Yeah. Take your time.
Just real quick, before and afters, here's a shower we cleaned, some concrete there. There's the hotel, the north side. You can see there was a lot of mildew on the outside of the building. Some more carpet, before and after, coffee there. Some VCT that we stripped and refinished. You can see how much brighter the reflection is there. Good referrals, real fast. Insurance agents are great. Adjusters, real estate agents, plumbers, general contractors, property managers. Assisted living facilities are also great. They're always having some kind of water damage there. Churches, if you know facilities maintenance supervisors or plant managers, those are great contacts for me because these are the guys who are actually making the calls if they have something they can't handle. Daycares are great. Business owners, those are people who have stores, they need their floors done, and we can take care of that. And anything else, roofers are